Hi, this is Michael. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing an oracle card reading for the energy of the collective for the waning moon phase of the current lunar cycle. The waning moon is the period between the full moon and the new moon, when the illuminated area of the moon is becoming smaller. Overall, the waning phase is a time for introspection, regrouping, releasing, healing, and rest. The waning moon truly encompasses three phases: the Waning Gibbous, also known as the Disseminating Phase, the last quarter, also known as the third quarter, and the Waning Crescent, also known as the Balsamic Phase. This reading will cover the collective energy for all three phases of the waning moon, but more specifically for the period of March 24th through April 3rd. The moon is currently in Scorpio, and it will be traveling through Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and then finally Aries before it enters the new moon phase. We are currently in the disseminating phase, and it can be tempting to fall into a slump during this time, especially if the results of your intentions and goals were not immediately seen with the full moon. If that's the case for you, it's best to keep your head high and trust in the process. Share with others what you may have learned from your experiences over the past couple of weeks. Go easy on yourself, accept what is, and begin regrouping. You've been working hard on manifesting your dreams since the new moon, so take some time now to enjoy a well-earned break. The disseminating phase isn't necessarily a time for outward action, but instead a time to start focusing inwards. Some extra meditation could be beneficial during this time. The waning phase in general is associated with letting go of what no longer serves you, so during this time take a look at yourself and release any fears or self-limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. You could even do a simple releasing ritual. Make a list of all the things that you wish to release. Things like negative thought patterns or feelings, bad habits, unhealthy attachments. Light a candle or a fire, then meditate with the list in front of the fire. Think about each item to be released, then safely burn the list, and visualize all those things floating away with the smoke. I found that tissue paper works best, as it burns the easiest. It's just a little tip. If you don't want to use the fire, you could even write your list and flush it down the toilet, visualizing all those things going down the drain and washing away, going back into Mother Earth for healing. Just keep it simple, whatever resonates, whatever works for you. It's more about the visualization and your intention behind the releasing ritual. The moon's releasing energy then reaches its peak on the 26th with the last quarter. So this would be the perfect time to give up any bad habits or addictions and to remove yourself from any unhealthy situations or relationships. Use this powerful energy to unburden yourself of all grudges, regrets, anger, and guilt. It's also a time for settling disputes and making amends, so get closure by apologizing for anything you feel guilty for, speaking honestly with anyone you have unresolved issues with, and forgiving yourself and others for any wrongdoing. Then once the balsamic phase starts, around April 1st, it becomes a time for surrender, rest, and healing. The balsamic phase marks the end of the lunar cycle, so this is the time to fully surrender to the process, completely let go of all that no longer serves you, and make space for planting seeds at the time of the new moon, which will be just around the corner. You can use the last of the moon's waning energy for purification and cleansing. So clear out stale energy and create space for the new by decluttering and smudging your home. And also internally by focusing on meditation, self-analysis, inner reflection. This final phase is a time for rest and relaxation in order to heal and prepare oneself for the upcoming new moon and its renewing energies. So with that being said, let's get started with the collective reading and see what the cards have to tell us. I've laid out a card here to assist with the energy of the reading. It's the Waning Moon card from the Moonology Oracle deck. Message here is, what do you need to release? And for the reading today, I'll be using this Psychic Tarot Oracle deck from John Holland. I've already shuffled and meditated before starting, but let's give it another quick shuffle here. And just a reminder, this is a general reading, so some of it or all of it may not resonate with you, but just take what does and leave the rest. And Once again, this will be a collective reading for the waning moon, specifically for the period of March 24th through April 3rd. Let's get started. Okay, for this first card, we're looking for what is the current energy of the collective. Let something pop out here. We've got positive movement forward. Beautiful. So some of us that have been going through some things recently, maybe making some headway, maybe making some positive movement forward here with situations or issues that we've been dealing with. As you can see, sailing towards the sunlight, so towards a brighter future, a brighter path. Or some of you may have been working towards manifesting things with your businesses or things you're passionate about. So this card's about following and building on that passion. In addition to movement, the number 8 is also about prosperity and abundance. So some of you may be feeling abundant or prosperous at this time. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for what may be blocking the collective from stepping into their highest potential at this time. So what may be blocking the collective from stepping into their highest potential. And we've got moving on. So some of you may have maybe having a hard time moving on from current situation that you're in, something you're dealing with. You may have shadows in your past that you're clinging on to that you might need to face and address. Some of you may see the bright future ahead of you, but you're just not sure to make this next step here. Just have a hard time moving on, moving into the new. It's going from dark to light here, so change in essence. Change in essence is scary for some. Hesitation there. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for how can we effectively release these blocks? How can we effectively release these blocks? And we've got conflict and defeat. So how can we effectively release those? Now this card is about conflict and defeat, but you can see there's a candle light at the end of the stairs here. So there is light at the end of the treacherous path you may have to go down. Knowing that if you stumble, you will get back up. It's also maybe facing any conflict or defeat that we've had in our life. Facing that and addressing that. Shining light on it. Looks like there's cave paintings here with people going up the stairs, but he's coming down. So it's also maybe about going your own path, finding your own way. Even though you may have to go through darkness. But again, just know there's light always with you. It's also about walking away from conflict and defeat. Or walking away from conflict. Some of us may have conflict situations that are stopping us from moving on. Moving into a brighter future. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for what habits or behaviors may be holding the collective back. What habits or behaviors may be holding the collective back? Okay, we've got trapped in fear. Trapped in fear. So some of us may be putting ourselves in a cage here, thinking about fear, thinking about possibilities of things not going the way we want them. Could be in the habit of continually thinking the worst. Some of you may be focusing too much on the negativity or focusing too much on the possibilities instead of focusing on the present moment. Could be torn between two situations, fearful of the outcome. Might really feel stuck or trapped in the situation. Okay, and for this next card, we're looking for what adjustments should the collective make in order to prepare for the upcoming new moon. What adjustments should the collective make in order to prepare for the upcoming new moon? We'll take it. And we've got fertility. This card's not just about fertility here, so don't worry, guys. It's also about the inner feminine, your femininity, the inner divine feminine in all of us. So some of us may need to focus more on our feminine side, embracing the feminine qualities. This card's also about nurturing. So nurturing your feelings, nurturing those you love, really nurturing yourself, self-care. Card's also about manifestation, so just knowing that you're the creator of your reality. This card also relates to Mother Earth, so some of you might need to get out in nature more, connect with nature more, or maybe just focusing on being more kind to others. Acting from the loving space of your heart, radiating outwards, intently focusing on what we want to manifest. And those are all adjustments we can make. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for what needs to be healed by the collective during this waxing moon phase. What needs to be healed by the collective during this waxing moon phase. Ooh. Take this top one here. And we've got prosperity begins. So again, it could be about getting out of nature. Some of us may not feel fully grounded or rooted. Looks like two hands here from two people, so working together towards a common goal, or even healing the earth, physically healing the earth, working together to heal the earth, or really working towards the prosperity, getting your hands in the dirt. May have a feeling of lack, so it's about feeling abundant instead in all aspects, not just regarding money. Okay, for this last card, we're looking for a message from the universe for the collective. Message for the collective from the universe. We'll take this. Beautiful. We've got transformation. So some of you may have had some abrupt changes in your life recently. That's about knowing that transformation is all about the ebb and flow of life cycles. Everything changes. It's about accepting the changes, looking towards the positive change. Some of you may be holding on to things from the past. It's knowing that you can't live in the past. It's time to move on. So some of us may be feeling positive movement forward at this time. Like we're moving towards our destination, towards our goals. But we may be reluctant taking this final step or moving on from things from the past. Maybe trapped in fear about these situations, fear of possibilities, fear of what's to come. Maybe holding on to things from the past, conflicts. Maybe a time to admit defeat or surrender, walk away from the conflict. Focus on manifesting your dreams and desires. And release this fear. Know that nothing can manifest when you're in a state of fear. Focus on feeling abundant. Focus on living from a place of the heart, a place of love. Planting the seeds and desires that you wish to achieve. And nurturing those seeds into a beautiful tree. Abundant with fruit, prosperity. Maybe with the help of those that you love. Don't resist any changes that may be occurring in your life. Could be things in your personal life, relationships, your career or business. Focus on the bright future ahead. Moving out of dark situations into light. Know that you can't always necessarily control the outcome of a situation, but know that all things happen for a reason. Nothing stays the same. Death of an old way of thinking or believing must occur before you can move forward, move on into your new path. So if we're to focus on releasing these fears and doubts, releasing any conflicts in our life, focus on growing your prosperity and nurturing it. Looking forward to the bright future ahead. Leaving shadows behind. And so with the new moon coming up, you'll be clearer and stronger, ready for this transformation and the new beginnings that await you. So that's our collective reading for this waning moon. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in.